Live from Detroit.
Nigga.
X, man.
Rest in peace, DMX, man. I'm gonna miss that nigga, dog.
You started a miniature story on Twitter about the first time you met DMX.
Yeah, man, that shit was ill. That's why I'll never forget that shit. All my life, bro. Like, so I tell the story. You gotta make it right. Okay, I was messing with my cousin was dating a guy who say he knows Swiss Beats. Shout out my nigga Shug. And the nigga, and I'm like, yeah, all right, you know what I mean? She was like, yeah, I heard you rap. I'm gonna send you to Atlanta, and you gonna rap with these people. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, bet. So they paid for me a flight. They got me down there, and I'm like 7th grade.
Yeah.
7th for the 8th grade. But I was like one of those kid rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I went down there, and then they had pictures of DMX and Swiss Beats with them all on the wall and shit. They had a studio on Peachtree. I'm like, okay. Y'all know, so, but I still didn't see DMX, you know what I'm saying, or Swiss Beats. I ain't see them niggas.
Yeah.
And I went back to the crib. I'm playing my songs and shit. Niggas like, oh, that's tight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And so a few months went by. I don't know whatever happened, but then they came to town, Survival of the Illest tour. And my man
Fire
like, yeah,
tour, by the way.
I'm gonna introduce you to Swiss Beats and DMX. You gonna go down to the show. I got you. They put you on the list. So I'm like, all right. My cousin took me down there. We ended up meeting them, and we went backstage in the bus, and I was smoking weed with them niggas and shit. They're like, you a little kid, you smoking weed? I'm like, yeah, nigga, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, so we ended up, so like the bus was finna leave, we go back to the hotel. It was me, this group named All City, DMX and Swiss Beats. We ride back on the bus. And then we get off the bus. We gonna go to the room, you know what I'm saying? We about to rap, turn on the shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, bet. You know, it was something along them lines. We about to go up to the room. And then DMX tried to walk in with the dog in the St. Regis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was like, no, he can't come in. No, matter of fact, they tried to put him in the little, you know, that dog walker and bring him in, but the dog was just going nuts. And they're like, no, he can't come in here with the dog. DMX like, well, if the dog can't come in, I can't come in. It's me and the dog. Like, I'm like, Swiss B's like, man, I want to go up to my room, you know what I'm saying? Woo. So he's like, I need cigarettes, B. He's like, where's the nearest gas station? We need to get some cigarettes. And I'm like, all right, it's down the street, but it's like about a half a mile. So just me, him, and the dog walk from St. Regis Hotel on West Grand to the nearest gas station, Mobile, I believe. And dog, man, that shit was loose, nigga. We talked about shit, you know what I'm saying? Just me and him. You know, imagine yourself, you 14 years old, it's just you and DMX and this fucking dog.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And
about in 98.
98.
When I was the biggest DMX
Nigga,
fan,
at the height of
I was
DMX.
about 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
You know
Bro, no, this is a real story. At the time, I used to go back to school.
16.
I used to go back to school, and I told niggas the story. They be like, nigga, you was lying. Like, I'm like, bruh, well, you know what I mean? You just had to be there, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I wasn't lying, and I had one friend that was with me at the concert, but he had to go home. He had a curfew. So we had to drive him back to the crib. And then the only proof I got, the niggas believe me on the shit. And I was like, I told you. So he tried to hop in the car with some bitches. You know what I'm saying? This shit was loose. Like, and then we walked back to the hotel. The shit was over. But the same day or the next day, this nigga have hit me up like, yo, you make beats. You know what I'm saying? The nigga Shug told me you make beats. I'm about to come over your crib. I'm gonna make beats. So Swiss Beats came over my crib, and nigga, I had the camera at the crib. I wish I would have, because remember back then it wasn't no phones. I had the little disposable camera, the Kodak black and yellow boy. So at the crib, I had one of them bitches. I'm like, you gotta take a picture with me. I'm taking the picture of Swiss Beats and shit. Like, oh, you got a picture of Swiss Beats, and niggas be like, oh, that's your house. I'm like, yeah, I told y'all niggas I met DMX that night, and woo. And they was like, dawg, I thought you was lying. I'm like, y'all always think a nigga lying.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
But you know what I'm saying, I don't know how old you be in the 7th, 8th grade, but like that, like to kick it with DMX and just be like, he was a regular ass nigga. He wanted cigarettes and wanted to smoke weed, and he had a dog.
DMX like 27 at the time.
Yeah.
Walking with it like, nigga, where the cigarettes at?
Yeah, like come on. He like, dog, they ain't let me in the hotel. You from here, right? Come, where the cigarettes at? I'm like, it's a gas station down there. He like, come on. Just me and him, me and the dog. We shared a moment in 1998.
Dog, that's wild.
You know what I mean?
That's
fucking
wild.
amazing, dog.